Some devils. J-Dog back to answer some more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today. Saw one last goodie that from the same video we did yesterday. And when I say yesterday, yes, I am recording this the same fucking day as I did yesterday's video before some dum-dum comes in. Another box of chocolates. He's got the fucking same shirt on, same video. I know we recorded those on the same day. Who was it? Fucking some type of secret, Barbara? I'll tell you in a second. Sometimes I record five videos in the same goddamn day. That's how you get a video each fucking day, Barbara. Yeah, backlog them. No secrets, not trying to hide anything. So anyways, fucking video you watched yesterday. Saw one more good goddamn question, then we'll go to the next one line, which I didn't prove shit because I don't know what the fucking next video is in line. We're gonna find out together. And it's some old goddamn sewer vomit. Gotta answer the vomit, right? Usually is good for leaving questions, and usually ones are worth asking too. Question, J-Dog. If Macabre was a band that just came out this year, do you still think you would be a fan? Question marks. As original as they are, I can't say I dug the last couple albums versus their first couple. So I thought it was a good point of conversation because Macabre, as opposed to like yesterday's fucking video, aka the one I recorded 20 minutes ago, talking about Empatego, Macabre is another band that falls in the classification of Empatego. Why I love them so much, just pure originality that sounds like fucking nobody. Like literally nobody. And I liked the last couple records. Now, don't be wrong. Macabre in general, when I first heard Macabre, I did not like them. I did not hear them on album. I heard them live. Like I think to date, they could be wrong. We don't really discuss bands too much and shit like that, believe it or not, other than business related. Like Eric and Chase, I don't know if they like Macabre to date. All three of us didn't like them. It was Kanye ripping and raving on them. They're playing, oh man, the fucking drummer's so goddamn great. Kanye being a goddamn drummer. And he loved the lyrical content, the vocals, everything. But what turned me off the most was the vocals. Corporate Death's vocals. I think because you remember when I saw Macabre live, it was at the Flying Machine the first time, and then I saw him again not long after that. They played like a year later at Peabody's. I specifically remember, and Kanye was going fucking nuts. I remember specifically too. It was funny. I was wearing the Christian Soul Devour tour shirt. It's one where it's the yellow. The logo's yellow. 2001 tour. It was from Conqueror's Armageddon tour. And there's that demon holding that chick, spreading her legs, and he's like looking at her fucking pussy. Don't have the shirt no more because it was goddamn size medium, and I had to eBay it, but I fucking kind of wish I had the design. Goddamn it! Somebody wants to replicate it. Yeah, bootleg replicate it. The old dog no need a two to three X. Goddamn it! I'd love to have one. Love that design. Anyways, I was wearing that at the Peabody show, and Jim was ripping and raving. While Kyle's playing. Man, I don't really like it. It's got the vocals and stuff. So this is as sick as it gets. What's this stupid ass silly cartoon shit you're wearing? He's like, they're singing about. He's like, listen to those vocals. Like, you hear those drums? That ain't fucking triggered. That's real shit. You hear how he's hitting those? And he's like, the lyrics comical but grotesque and about real stuff. It's like this silly ass cartoon Christian. Get the fuck out of here. See, that's the kind of shit he was ripping on. I come over here, dude. I'm ripping on the Slipknots, the Cold Chambers, the Tools, and I'm getting these oblivious fucking morons coming in here. What are you talking about? Me growing up, dude, I got ripped on for liking Christian, Deicide, like Dwayne Morris thought Deicide was a complete joke. Dawn of the Dead hated Deicide, always called him a joke band. And Kanye, he would rip on Deicide. Kanye would rip on anything by Carcass after Symphonies of Sickness. So got a Tools of Trade shirt on. What do you got? Fucking crayons and fucking Crayolas and fucking on your t-shirts, markers and crayons. Sounds like it's fucking scalpels and medical tools. But anyways, that's the shit I got fucking ripped on for. Real shit, underground stuff. And you got that's what I'm saying. You guys, the clueless ones that come in here. What do you mean he's fucking talking about corn and slur, diabolical music? This guy's a gatekeeper. I don't fucking get it. Woo! You would have been fucking just stomped all over, man. Just stomped on like a fucking insect back in the old dog days when the people I was hanging around. He wouldn't even been a fucking. Oh, man, just forget about it, you guys. Whew. Anyways, talking about goddamn Macabre. Initially didn't like it, but because like I said, it was either 99, 2000 when I first saw him, and around that time, all I was listening to was extreme shit. Young and just very excited for extreme shit. Still am, but just it's as common as brushing my teeth to me. So it takes a little bit more than just a regular death metal to get my fucking dick stiff. It's got to be something kind of, it's got to be Pharmacist or something that hits me hard. And I'm going to fully admit that new stuff doesn't come around often. The general stuff, what I hear, I'm like, it's cool. That's what I would say 90% of stuff I listen to, I'm like, it's cool. I was like, but I wouldn't buy it. I was like, I heard it a million times. It's not moving me. Good background. Um, Most stuff, yeah, even today's stuff, not too much stuff comes out. I'm like, this fucking blows. There are those. I thought Ruins of Bever ass fucking blew motherfucking chunks. I did not like that at all. So there's exceptions, but when I put out like a band like what's Gate Creeper or Siguizio Bog or 200 Stab Wounds or who's another band? I'm trying to think of a death metal band. We're gonna give them a shout out that I listened to the shop not too recently. Fuck, who was it? There was somebody I put on. My buddy Dan Murrow was kind of excited about it, but I'm like, yeah, I mean, I was like, it's good. I was like, but again, I was like, it's just nothing I haven't heard. I was like, and again, it does not that it has to be a new style, but if like the songs just hit me like that, then I'd be like, oh fuck, I like it. Even if it did sound like Dismember again, even if it did sound like Suffocation again, I would pick it up because I like these songs. I just thoroughly fucking enjoyed. And those happen, but they're rare. They're just few and far in between. Most I put, I'm like, it's a good background. You know what I mean? That's the best way I could describe it. So I think most bands of today, they're not putting out sucky shit. It's just, I'm around it 24/7. Heard it all, seen it all, right? Again, not to fucking sit there and sound like that arrogant fucking jerk, but in a sense, it's what my life is surrounded by. So it's kind of like I kind of have in a sense. So, but Macabre. So when I was heard them, getting back to the original goddamn point, since I keep cutting myself off, is I was listening to just strictly brutal shit, with the exception I've said it. The only non-brutal extreme shit. When I say brutal, I'm talking extreme black metal, extreme death metal, classic death metal, grindcore. Get to the fucking fucking the guys that are like, that's not brutal death metal. That's regular death metal. My buddy Dan Merrill got a good ass laugh out of what are you butcher that verse not brutal? Like what the fuck? So the only bands I listened to that weren't King Diamond, Merciful Fate, Slayer, Sacred Reich, kind of Iron Maiden, Metallica, but I kind of disregarded them for about first like my teenage 5 years. Heard them when I was like 10, 11, liked them, but as soon as I heard Cannibal shit, it was like, what the fuck do I need these for? Didn't think they sucked and shit, but I wasn't going out and buying the rest of the back catalog. But Slayer and shit I was. Slayer, Merciful Fate, King Diamond, Overkill. Venom I got in a little bit later too. I think it was Kanye that got me into him. Give me a CDR burn. I think I picked up my first Venom record at 18. So keep in mind, 18. When I was 18, that was 2000. What was I? I would have been 2003. So when I'm talking about seeing Macabre and shit, 99 and 2000, I'm 14, 15 years old. So I think I might be forgetting one other band that's like real obvious that I didn't mention. The bands I just mentioned, those were like the non-extreme shit that was all I liked and I did buy. Those were like the exceptions, right? Again, there's probably one or two I'm completely forgetting. Everything else was extreme shit. So when I heard Macabre, and it just came out to me as like, I don't know, the vocals, I don't know, it's not brutal, it's fucking not goddamn Legion from Marduk. It was standoffish. Then fast forward about, how did I officially hear them on record? To be honest with you, now that I'm talking about it to myself on screen, I don't even remember. I want to say it was maybe Kanye or maybe something came. You know what? I take that back. I do remember, but I don't remember the exact one. Came in through the distro. This was back when we were still living in the house together. So very, very early Hell's days. We got a wholesale, and I think it was from Cyclone Empire, and it was I think it was Murder Metal actually, the first one that I put on. Could have been Dahmer. Might have been Dahmer, but I want to say it was Murder Metal. It definitely wasn't Sinister Slaughter or Gloom or anything. It definitely wasn't those. It was either Dahmer or Murder Metal. I think it was Murder Metal. I put it on and I'm listening to it. I remember Eric and Chase. Oh man, yeah, those vocals are horrible. Again, I don't know what their stance is now, but that was mine too. I don't know, dude. It just clicked. I thought it was silly. It made me laugh. And songs like "The Ice Man, it's not an ice man, very big man." It had my laughing and entertained, and it just grew on me. And it became, I'd go and say Macabre is one of my favorite bands, not my top 5, but in my top 25, top 30 bands of all time. They're definitely one of my favorite bands to see live. They're playing Metal Threat too, goddamn it. So looking forward to seeing them. But I've seen Macabre many, many times. Elcat loves seeing goddamn Macabre too. And who do you think got her in Macabre? Was me. Same thing, because before we even knew each other and stuff, that was another thing we had in common. We both liked to read in documentaries about serial killers. I always did ever since I was a teenager. So a lot of them, when Macabre was singing about too, I knew who they were singing about, so it was funny. Um, I mean, Dahmer's just fucking hilarious, and it's just a masterpiece. Um, but the last two records, I thoroughly enjoyed. I think a lot of people didn't like the grim, scary tales, but no, I really liked it. I mean, songs like Gilda Ray. My favorite song is probably "The Black Knight," which is about a serial killer in France who seemed appalling as fuck based off lyrics that I wasn't um I wasn't familiar with. I didn't know about that. I learned on that. The new album, it seemed like what they were doing, which they probably just from a fan perspective should maybe go back to keeping some of the old style in. It seemed like what they were doing is they kind of kept where they left off at Murder Mel and when they did the Macabre Minstrels, which I actually like the Macabre Minstrels too. The children's songs, but like just singing about Ed Gein and shit. It's some of the all J Dog likes is metal and shit. Now I do like other stuff, and that's something I enjoy. I just literally enjoyed it. It's like a calming, fucking, just comical, enjoyable, just disc. I mean, it's what, just four songs. Um, but it seemed like they took like the murder metal style and put a little bit more of the Macabre Minstrels in there, which I liked it, but I could see it turning off some of the fans. Like, who's it? Sewer Vomit? Is that your goddamn ID? Yeah, Sewer Vomit. Goddamn. Sorry, memory sucks fucking shit. All, all these vomits and deaths and cemetery shit start to blur together. Um, so from a fan perspective, I think maybe they put a little bit of too much of that in it. But again, yeah, the last album, Carnival Killers, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, again, it just seemed like it had maybe a little bit pinched more of the Macabre Minstrels in there. But again, since I enjoyed it, maybe that's why. Because I know guys like Dawn of the Dead and shit, he didn't like Macabre Minstrels. Yeah, that was getting kind of silly. But since I did, it was fine with me. But yeah, no, the last record, is it my fucking favorite album by them? No, but I thoroughly do enjoy it. And what's nice about it is it's a new record that came out 2 years ago, whatever, and it's just refreshing again. Like you putting on, like I got a new album by a band I like. I was like, it sounds like nobody. I was like, I'm not listening to Suffocation again. I'm not listening to another Carcass, even though I do like a lot of Carcass clones. Not listening to, all right, well, this kind of sounds like Cannibal Corpse. All right, here's another band that kind of sounds like Vital Remains. There's another band that sounds like Dismember. You're like, this does not sound like anyone. It's very unique, and I'm thoroughly entertained and enjoying it. So it's very, very refreshing. So I always look forward to something new by Macabre. But the thing is, too, I will say this: is it takes a few listens to really get into it because it is so different. I think it's just almost like you have ear fatigue from other shit. So if you only listen to it once, you didn't like it. Because don't be wrong, my socks weren't blown the fuck off on the first listen. I'm like, yeah, it's Macabre. I was like, yeah, it's cool. Not really hit me, but I probably listened to the album Carnival of Killers to date probably less than 20 times, but definitely more than 10. So somewhere in the 12 to 15 range. So I know it fairly well. Um, I thoroughly enjoy it. But by the second, third, fourth listen is when I was getting to know the songs. That's when I started really attaching. I was like, this is a good. I was like, I don't know what people are bitching about. I was like, this is just a flat out good record. Again, do I think it's as good as Dahmer? No, because Dahmer's probably my favorite of all time. That's what's funny too, because people say the gloom and shit was super unique, but I really think Dahmer to me, the sound on it, the catchiness, the comedic, the vocals, I think it hit everything spot on to where the formula was perfect. Um, that's my favorite. So one of my favorite songs is goddamn Temple of Bones, in case you happen to give a goddamn flying ass motherfucking fuck. Anyways, next goddamn video in line then would be, and I proved nothing. Negal from Behemoth says no more new bands. Does J Dog agree or not? For the most fucking part, yeah, because goddamn it, they sure ain't putting out nothing special, unique like goddamn Macabre is. Derek Kowalowski. If you think Van Halen is wimpy with Diamond Dave, it only gets worse with Hager and with Gary Sharon. It will have you begging for the Hager records. Again, I don't want my opinion to get out there on stuff like Van Halen as I'm an ignorant fucking stupid ass Dumbo 15-year-old fucking moron spewing just shit out of his ass. My take on them, yeah, it's like you're saying, oh, it's not hard shit or heavy shit, but it's not wasn't meant to be. I only bring those bands up. I was like, just number one, as far as a classic band that absolutely did more music than goddamn Piety did. I just so happen to like Piety more. Yes, they did. They did a hell of a lot. But I didn't enjoy them, and I especially didn't like David Lee Roth's voice, like running with the devil and shit. It just my eardrums didn't capture it. Just like it sounded like Eric and Chase's, maybe to their eardrums didn't capture Corporate Death singing like, oh, it's nails on a chalkboard. I understand it's an acquired taste on some stuff. But what I was getting at is that you would get the guys that they go, hey, who the fuck's calling this goddamn number? Take a fucking hike, canoe. Not even a goddamn. If you ain't in my contacts list, don't fucking call me unless you got a scheduled appointment. Because if you ain't in my contacts list, you're not somebody I want to fucking talk to. You're some asswipe trying to sell me something that I don't fucking need. That's exactly what that fucking number was. What the fuck was I saying? This goddamn fucking canoe distracted the shit out of me. Oh yeah, Van Halen. It's just when you get the guys, and again, it was usually the older guys when they're talking about metal and shit like that. And they're bringing up, I'm like, dude, you can't use that as a source. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. Remember I said on the previous video or previous videos, or maybe it was yesterday's, but is that don't come knocking at me saying you heard a pharmacist, but you don't know the first two carcasses. You kind of need to know where the original started. But then there's a double-edged sword where it's kind of like, don't come at me saying you listen to fucking metal, and as far as you know is, I guess, then Iron Maiden, because he's like, oh, I listen to Van Halen, I listen to Motorhead, I listen to ZZ Top, classic rock, a little bit of metal shit in there, like Black Sabbath, etc. Which actually, speaking of Black Sabbath, I remember I saw a comment on later videos too. I think it was a chick that said it too. J-Dog, that's blasphemy saying Black Sabbath's not metal, that's hard rock. No, I think Black Sabbath is the first metal band of all time. So let me get that out there fucking too. Again, don't take things out of context. I'm just saying, when we talk a lot of this crowd, if you asked my dad, who's obviously much older than me, explained it for the dum-dums. If you asked him, who does not listen to metal, is Black Sabbath a metal band? He'd be like, no, Black Sabbath, that's a classic rock band. That's what he would say. It's a lot of people from there. And you could debate it. But me personally, knowing the history, know where rock started, where metal started, where it led to, whose influences of what from then to today, yes, I consider Black Sabbath to be the very first metal band of all time. There's a lot of stupid shit out there when you see some dumb canoes more in the mainstream. They're like, well, Motley Crue was the first metal band, and just dumb fucking shit. You're like, well, first of all, there's bands like Venom and shit, which are way more fucking metal and harsh that were around before them. So they don't qualify in any sense. You know what I mean? Maybe you could say, well, Black Sabbath's more of a hard rock band. They're not the first metal band, but Motorhead is. That'd be at least a decent argument. Again, I don't agree with that statement. I think Sabbath is. Motorhead was a little bit later, but at least Motorhead is before stuff like Venom and Fate. When they're saying, I literally heard somebody say that about Motley Crue, yeah, first metal band ever. I'm like, oh, dude, get lost, fucking bozo ass canoe. That's the stupidest shit I've ever fucking heard. It doesn't even make it logical sense from any standpoint. It just means you don't know. There's literally predecessor shits that not only is definitely fucking metal, but was even harder metal than that, where you can't even debate it. So the Van Halens and stuff, just the guys that came from that, where they kind of end, and they end the Motley Crues and stuff, and then, but they don't even know. They don't even know Slayer Show No Mercy and shit. They damn sure don't know Possessed Seven Churches and things like that. It's just like, dude, you don't listen to hard shit. Again, that's not what it was meant to be. That's not an attack on the band. It's attacking the dumb fans, just like the Pantera guys. What's happening to Pantera? It's just you look stupid. That's all I'm saying. And I'm just trying to correct you because, well, number one, so you don't fucking look stupid. And number two, it might be a whole new world for you to check out of shit. Oh, wow, I didn't even know about this stuff. How you do, buddy? Just help you the fuck out. Learn something new every day. S. Brown, who cares what Nergal says anyway? Kind of agree with you too, especially after seeing that what's in my bag. And dude, what's with all those guys? I stumbled across it because when I looked at that One Blood Incantation, they pop up as my recommended, and I saw what's in my bag, Nergal. I didn't watch this in entirety. I'm like, oh, it's because the only reason I kind of clicked on them too is, what do you care what's in his bag and what do you listen to, J-Dog? I don't, motherfuckers. But again, I saw it. The Blood Incantation was so goddamn laughable. But hey, maybe for more channel content, that's part of the reason I check shit out too. Now there's a little bit more material, something to talk about. Kind of stay in the loop. So I'm definitely out of loop, especially when it comes to social media shit. I'll be the first to admit it. Watched a little bit of Nergals, a little bit of the Opeth guy. I don't even know the fucking guy's name. Like, that guy looked fucking weirdo as fuck too, man. If I found out he goddamn has fucking dead children under his goddamn John Wasey gang style in his crawl space, I would not be surprised just by looking at him. Like, man, this guy looks like a fucking weirdo and a half. Do a background check on that mofo. Don't know anything about him, don't remember his name, so chill the fuck out if he's the coolest guy in the world. Just saying, he looked fucking weird as fuck. And his bag sucked shit. Who else was there? What's his face from Mayhem? Necro Butcher. Saw him. I think there was one other guy. So I'm just like, man, J-Dog was right all along. Grant, he knew. I'm like, where's the fucking metal, bro, Towns? Again, you're allowed to like other shit. I like Macabre minstrels. I do. I can appreciate other stuff. You don't. It's just, I'm like, these guys do. Man, I knew I was right, and I already knew this. I was like, these guys don't listen to metal at all. I mean, like, at all. At all. So, I mean, I was dead ass fucking right there. So again, Negal, he's another kind of like Maniac Butcher. I mean, not Necro Butcher. But Negal, I would say, because I think those guys are all close in age. It's just Negal, the reason I think of him where he doesn't get a pass like a Tom G, which none of these motherfuckers get a pass in my book, especially if you're going to walk around saying, oh, this is heavy shit. You don't get a pass. But Negal gets the least because his band was latest to the game. Maybe he was just older when he started. He wasn't 17 like goddamn Nicky Anderson. So kind of fair enough. It's just, he started a black metal band. Like, what's the first Behemoth demo? 91, 92? When black metal was an established genre. He didn't create the fucking genre. So get fucking fucked and fucking lost if he ever says that, which I don't think he does. So credit to him there. I'm not saying he does. So you were to the game or in the earlier days, but bands like fucking Sarcophago, Bathory, Mayhem, Immortal, Burzum, predecessors were already around doing the genre when you fucking started. So presumably, you started that style. It's very safe to assume, not definite, but a very safe assumption is to say you started that because you were listening to that kind of music. You were listening to Possessed Seven Churches. You were listening to Venom. You know, the extreme music of the time, the 80s and even early 90s. Presumably, when Behemoth was putting out their demos and shit, he had been still young, 91, 92, he was picking up some 90s shit. So he was picking up fucking Mayhem Day, Mysterious, Thompson Thomas. He was picking up Immortal shit. He was picking up Emperor stuff. You know, what was extreme at that time? I don't know about death metal stuff. I don't know if he liked anything like DSI or like that. Fair enough if he doesn't, but he liked extreme stuff, right? And he's showing his bag, and it's like, again, you love like other stuff. I'm like, but it's weird. Like, this guy doesn't like any fucking metal. Like, to me, where he came from, what should be in his bag? The new Satanic War Master, the new Goat Moon. Those are good black metal albums. And you guys know I'm a little bit more picky on black metal. Those should be in his bag. Those are good fucking records. Fauste Unpacked, assuming I'm pronouncing that right, what's a finished title, the last album they did on Werewolf Records. You know, it's got melody in there and shit. And some keys. I thought that was a fantastic fucking record. And no, it didn't look racist to me, so don't come in here saying stupid as fuck shit. And it wasn't finished, so I don't fucking know. So I know anytime you mention the goddamn name Werewolf, somebody comes in here saying box of chocolates all over. That goddamn box spills all over the fucking floor. The fucking stupidity. I don't know if they were. Looked like black metal to me. Looked like shit like goddamn Emperor and fucking Satyricon, basically, as far as image-wise and shit. Just looked like black metal. You would think, because it's kind of in that spirit of the 90s, the Satanic War Masters and shit like that, like, why weren't those in his bag? Maybe they just shot didn't have, but you get what the fuck I'm saying. There's other stuff. I'm just using an example. Why aren't those in his bag or anything of the likes? Because it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't like anything else. You know, he has no chance of liking Spider. You know what I mean? That's it's a black and thrashy, punky album, kind of easy to get into. Again, I'm not saying he has to like those particular titles. It's just he was just picking up like I don't know what the fuck he's picking. I can't get him mixed up. Some guys are picking up like fucking folk singers and shit like that. Again, nothing wrong with that. It's just I don't know. It just I don't get it. I don't get why you play in an extreme music band. Again, nothing wrong with them. I'd be curious to meet Negal, a fist bump and a conversation because I do like early Behemoth quite a bit actually. Satanica down. Well, Thelema Point 6 down. I was a pretty big fan of all that stuff. Even the first two albums that were like pure black metal. Very, very good in my opinion, actually. So I'm not talking shit about the guy. The two times I saw him live, I thought they were fantastic. After Thelema Point 6, I heard the Zoe's K album. Why are you trying to sound like Morbid Angel? Stop paying attention to him after that. Other people are like, oh, you gotta check out the Satanists and shit. It's great. Maybe it is. I just never paid attention. I just stopped paying attention. It could be the greatest thing. I'm missing the fuck out. It's just weird to me. I just don't. For the life of me, I just don't get it. I just just fucking don't. Because yeah, not one of those guys. I was like, not one of these motherfuckers has metal. I was like, give me a goddamn fucking what's in your bag guy that has metal in his bag. Where are they at? And there's probably, I mean, he's got a shitload on his channel. I didn't dare click on it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the guys that you're like, he's not in a metal band, or he's in a rock band, or he's in like a less harsh metal band where he's got the most metal shit in there. And it's like, doesn't even play the style, and he fucking likes more extreme metal than these creators, or like, the big boys, the forefront, leaders of the pack, if you will, whatever fucking word or term you want to use to describe it. The little dog guy who you never expect is more metal than fucking them. What I'm seeing, anyways. That's what the fuck they're showing. Again, don't fucking care. Just kind of fucking strange to me. That's all I got to say. So, yeah, who cares what Negal has to say? I sure as fuck don't. At least not when it comes to Toonskis, goddammit. Comes questions, you know what to do. Put the God's mouth, skinny, and spread the morning. Later, goddammit.